everyone, this is John from Chaotic Commander, and today we have a really fun casual pod lined up. So, I will start us off. I'm going to be playing Saheeli, the Sun's Brilliance. This is an artifact deck. Basically, I just want to use Saheeli to get multiple mana rocks for a turn, or ETB effects, put a lot of stuff in the graveyard, maybe get some big stompy artifact creatures out and swing with them, but this deck hasn't really done much on stream, so I wanted to give it a shot. Another thing I want to mention before we get too deep into it, this is our next to last stream for charity month, so all gifted subs, bits, anything ad revenue for the stream will be going to Save the Children at the end of the month. So yeah, so far we've raised almost $230, so been pretty
awesome.
Fun. But next up we have Steph.
Hi everybody, I'm Steph. I go by the moniker Steel City Steph most places on the internet. That down there is Brad. He goes by Steel City Brad most places on the internet. I went ahead and dropped our link trees in the chat there. Not really content creators on our own volition, but we do a lot of this where we play Magic with our friends on the internet. So you'll any number of nights per month you might find us on Twitch on somebody else's stream. So happy to be here. We always love playing Magic with our friends. So thanks for the invite, John. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
Tonight I am playing Sylvar, Devourer of the Free. Sylvar without Trin. It is just Sylvar all by his onesie. And then we are, this is a Rakdos humans deck. So we are going to play a bunch of humans. We're going to try to make some human tokens, which is not especially easy in Rakdos, but we're going to try to do it anyway. We're going to snack on those humans and have a really big cat, and also maybe punish people whenever my creatures die. So yeah, that's the plan.
Great. All right, and next up we have Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad. Yeah, all the things that Steph said we do, that applies to me too. So I'll just jump right into my deck. Tonight I am playing Tuvasa the Sunlit. This deck is my love letter to one of my favorite cards printed in recent Magic, Dance of the Mance. Just this big, goofy X-cost spell that turns artifacts and enchantments into creatures. It's a whole lot of fun. So I'm gonna be playing enchantments, and then I gotta get them into my graveyard. So I have a couple ATOG kind of creatures that can sacrifice them, and then I will hopefully be able to bring them all back as 4/4s and swing for victory.
All right, cool. And last but definitely not least, we have a new guest on the channel. We have Red.
Hey, I'm Red. I usually just go by Red Fade on social media. Today, I'm going to be playing a Hazazon deck based around Dune. The basic game plan here is get Hazazon out, start pillow forting with a bunch of chump blockers with Sand Warriors, until I can get the big worms out and just start stomping.
Nice. I am excited to see it. I've never seen Hazazon before, so that's going to be pretty fun. And we've already resolved mulligans and rolled to see who goes first. Steph, take us away. I get to go last, per the norm.
All right.
As is your right.
As is your right.
Right.
The host.
The host is...
All right. I will draw for turn. I will play a Swamp, and then I will play a Blood-Soaked Champion. This creature can't block. It's 2/1, and I can pay 2 to return it from my graveyard to the battlefield if I attack with a creature this turn.
Turn 1 play. Jeez.
Draw. I have a tap land, so I will pass.
Humans are cheap.
Right? You draw a card. I'll also play a tap land, but I gain 1 life, and I'll pass.
Right.
I will draw for turn. Nice. I've got a little bit more to do, so I'll play an island. I'll tap it for a ring. I know. I'm going to die first. I'll tap the Soul Ring for a Mind Stone.
Oh my god.
I am definitely dying first, but that's it. I will pass the turn. This is...
Steph, get him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what you did.
Go, Blood-Soaked Champion.
So
It's all right.
I'm going to play
right.
a Mountain into a Talisman of Indulgence. It's just like John's turn, except worse. And then I will go to combat, and I would like to attack John for 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw. I will play this command tower, and I am not cool enough to have a turn 2 play, so I will pass the turn.
Hey.
Good, Brad.
I know.
All right. I'll draw. Yeah, I have to untap. I am going to shock in a Temple Garden and lose 2 life.
Nice.
And then I will tap both for an Arcane Signet, and I will pass the turn.
All right. See, that's the worst part's over. I'll play an island. I will go ahead and get Saheeli out. And yeah, that's all I can do. I'll pass the turn. So I can't see. It's just
Untap. Healy's stats are 2/2. Oh, that's convenient. Okay, I will draw.
Yes. She is a little tutu.
Okay, I will play a tapped Blood Crypt. It's a fancy new one.
Ooh.
Ravnica, whatever. I'm gonna pay 3 for a Grim Haruspex, which is also a human. Whenever a non-token creature I control dies, I draw a card.
Nice.
So, John,
Yeah.
decision time. 2-1 coming at you.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
I figured. Okay, I will pass.
Yeah.
All right, I'll draw. The really cool thing about having a 3-mana commander is I always know that I will have a turn 3 play.
There you
So
go.
here's Tuvasa.
Nice.
Tuvasa is a 1/1, gets +1/+1 for each enchantment I control, and when I cast my first enchantment spell each turn, I draw a card. And I'll
Nice.
All right, I'll untap everything. I'll draw. Well, that's a spicy card, but first I'm going to tap 3 for his Azon.
Okay.
He has Desert Walk. I can play deserts from my graveyard, and whenever a desert enters the battlefield, I create 2 1/1 tokens. So I'm going to play Survivor's Encampment. It's a desert, so I'm going to get 2 Sand Warriors.
Nice.
So I will... What's the keybind for cloning? There we go. I'll get 2 of those, and I will pass.
All right. Let's see what I can do. I will untap. I'll draw. This is not great. I'll play a Hidden Cataract. It'll come in tapped. I mean, what the hell? Okay. I will tap 2. I'll tap Saheeli. I'll create a copy of Soul Ring. I'll tap both copies of Soul Ring for Hedron Archive.
Oh my god.
I can't do anything else. So then I will pass the turn, and one of those one of the Soul Rings will die. No. Yeah. I'm just trying to do something, you know.
power play there.
It was. I was
Trading
playing
2 mana for 2
Swamp,
mana.
Yeah.
and I am going to pay 5 for Aomer of the Rittermark. Aomer has haste, is a 5/4, and when it attacks, if I control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, I create a 1/1 white human creature token. I would like to go to combat.
Yeah.
I would like to attack you, Red, with this here 5/4 Aomer. I would like to attack you, Brad, with this 3/2 Grim Haruspex, and I would like to attack you, John, with this 2/1 Bloodsoaked Champion.
Yeah, I'll
And
take
When this
those.
attacks, I do control a creature with the greatest power, so I will make a 1/1 human.
All right, does the 5/4 have any trample or anything?
No,
I'm going to chump block with one of the Sand Warriors.
I figured as much.
I will take 3.
I took 2.
All right, sounds great. I will pass the turn.
All right. We'll untap. We'll draw. Yeah. Aomer is a pretty cool card there, Steph.
Oh, don't take him.
I'm not going to take him. I am going to hide him under this Oblivion Ring.
Oh,
That is my first enchantment, so I will draw a card.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't have a sack outlet yet. All right.
And, let's.
You're probably gonna eat that, so I'm gonna put this over here in a place where I remember that it's under the Oblivion Ring. Actually, you know what? We are sitting next to each other. We have the tools to make this
Oh,
happen.
yeah. Like a bam.
Alright.
It is the convenience of being next to someone.
Yeah.
And then I will play this lovely island and pass the turn.
All right, I'm
Yeah, that was a
gonna
mean
untap
turn.
everything. I'll draw.
I just feel like Aomer was just going to continue to just give you so much advantage.
All right. I gotta think here. Now, I could be really funny
Yeah,
and shut off someone's commander,
Uh-oh.
sure. Why
or
not?
I could mana ramp.
I mean,
I think I'm just going to tap for
what's
4,
the funniest play?
and I'm just gonna play the Soul Swallower, just a little guy, a little worm. And then for my land for turn, I'm gonna play Selesnya Sanctuary. I have to return a land I control to my hand. I'm gonna put Survivor's Encampment back in my hand, and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Okie dokie. I gotta make good plays. Good plays. Okay, so I'll play a
Where's the
mountain.
fun in that?
Mountain as a land for turn. Get there. I'll tap 2 red for a Slowblade Goblin Tinkerer. I can sack an artifact, and then another artifact gets indestructible. I don't know why it's in this deck, honestly. I'm just doing things. Alright, I'll tap 4 for a trading post, so I can pay mana, tap it, do various things. 2 get various things. So anyways, I'm gonna tap a blue, tap this pay a life, and I am going to create a white goat creature token. And then and then I'll 0/1.
All
Just
right.
little goat.
I will untap. I will draw. Play Dragon Skull Summit. I will then pay 3 for a Bastion of Remembrance. When that enters the battlefield, I make a 1/1 white human soldier creature. See, Brad, I don't need AMR for it. I can just play Bastion.
That's true. You got me there.
Yeah. And then I will pay 3 for the Zathrid Necromancer. When it or another human creature I control dies, I get a zombie
Oh.
on the battlefield. All right, Brad, you control 1 enchantment, so Tuvasa is a 2/2.
Tuvasa is a 2/2.
I would like to attack you with the Blood-Soaked Champion.
Okay. I will not block.
Eat it.
Go to 35.
All right, I will pass the turn.
Interesting.
All right. We'll untap and draw. I will cast Calyx, Guided by Fates. Calyx is a 2/2 enchantment, legendary enchantment creature. When he or another enchantment enters the battlefield under my control, I can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. And then whenever Calyx or an enchanted creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I can create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary enchantment I control. But I can only do that once a turn.
Okay.
That is my first enchantment of the turn, so I will draw a card.
It's not scary at all.
Then, when Calyx enters, we'll go ahead and put a 1/1 counter on Tuvasa. It is now a 4/4. Be very afraid.
Mortified, actually.
I will play this basic plains as my land for the turn, and yeah, I'll just pass.
All right.
All right. I'll untap everything. I'll draw a card. I'll play Survivor's Encampment again. I'll hold on. It's what is it? Control J. I have to select it. I'll create 2 more Sand Warrior
I was about
tokens.
to say, I was like, I have no idea what the shortcuts are for that.
Yeah, no. All right. Hold on. I have to check the price of the mana cost of a card real quick. So, I can't afford that even if I damn. I'll mana ramp for now. I'll tap for 3 because this is 2. I'll play Beneath the Sands. I'll search my library for a basic land card. I'll just have to hide it so you guys can't see it. I will grab a Forest, put it on the battlefield tapped.
Nice.
This goes to my graveyard. I will, in addition... Okay, I can't tap for 4, but... I'll pass the turn. I won't do anything else.
Turn step, I'll just tap and sack this to draw. Cool. Well, that's interesting. It's not great, but it's interesting. All right. Ooh, that's better. Slightly. I will tap these for 4 for Mazzolanti, the Great Door. So I'll just draw a card, discard a card. It can turn into a land. I'll have 1 floating still. I'll use that and it's here island for an Ichor Wellspring. So I can draw for that. So now I have stuff kind of. Alright. I will tap Mazzolanti to draw and discard. Oh, interesting. I will. Man, feels real bad. I'm gonna discard this Cursed Mirror. Okay, I will tap 2 for an Isle of Oblivion, and I will tap this. I will lose another life, and I'll create another goat, and then I will tap this to draw a card. Yay! That's great. And then I'll just I'll pass the turn. I'm slowly doing things, you know.
Well, untap.
Great for doing things.
And I will
Yeah,
draw.
right.
I just need to count to 8.
I will play a swamp.
It's not
I'm going to
comforting at all, actually.
pay 3
You do
for an
count.
Ashnod's Altar. I
Oh.
will then.
Cool. Perfect.
I'm going to go to combat, and I would like to attack Brad,
That's me.
Blood-Soaked Champion.
Oh, you just want to bring him back.
Do
Yeah, but you can just sack him to Ashnod's altar anyway.
I sure can.
So I may as well block. Yeah, I'll block with Tuvasa.
That sounds great. It's
unfortunate, but
it
is
will
what it is.
die. It will die. It goes to my graveyard.
Ooh, wait a second.
Huh.
Hold on, I'm just thinking of something out loud. Sorry.
When it dies, I draw a card.
It's pretty good.
And then
great.
we will go to second main.
Yes.
Second main, I will pay 2 to return Blood-Soaked Champion from my graveyard to the battlefield because I attacked the creature this turn. And then I will pay 2 for a Humble Defector. I also should have a zombie that's on the battlefield tapped because a human died. Yeah, I'll play a Humble Defector. Oh, and everybody was supposed to lose a life and I was supposed to gain a life. I'm going to
sorry.
remember my triggers.
All right.
These days.
All right, Bastion.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right. I will untap.
Figured I'd try to get some free damage in. Right? Like that's all that was.
Okay. I guess today is the day where I am just the fun police.
Okay. What you got?
I'm going to cast Detention Sphere. Detention Sphere is basically Oblivion Ring, but it can exile target non-land permanent and not named Detention Sphere and all other permanents with the same name. But that's not usually all that relevant, Commander. But that is my first enchantment spell, so I will draw a card.
Okay. I see.
Okay. All right. Then Detention Sphere enters. I like to target Ashnod's altar.
Ooh.
Why are you worst?
Because you're the problem, obviously.
Ashnod's
have a
altar is
really
like
good
the
thing going
key
on over
to
here.
making that be excellent.
Yeah, I would like to sacrifice Blood-Soaked Champion in response.
Okay.
And I would also. So when I do, I will make a tapped zombie, and I will draw a card from Grimhair's specs. And everybody loses a life, and I gain a life. I was like, yeah, there's something else that happens. And then yeah, it happens, Brad. This gets exiled with Detention Sphere. Why are you just like just
Oh, it's just 2 cards. You'll be okay. I will put from Calyx's trigger. I will put a +1/+1 counter on itself, and I will play this Dreamroot Cascade as my land for the turn. And I'm sure there's no way I can be punished for this. I'm going to cast Spellseeker. When Spellseeker enters the battlefield, I can search my library for an instant or sorcery card with mana value 2 or less, put it in my hand, and then shuffle. I wonder what I'm going to get.
Yeah. Ooh.
There are so many options.
Yeah. Let's see.
Dance of the Mans.
when your deck tries to win the Dance of the Mans, you probably want to have Dance of the Mans in your hand, huh?
Yeah, so Dance of the Mans is a sorcery for X white blue. I can return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with mana value X or less, from my graveyard to the battlefield. If X was 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types. But with the stunning 0 enchantments in my graveyard, we're still a ways off. But I had the mana, so I figured I'd cast it. No one make me discard my hand, please.
It's like, anyone got any wheels?
That would make me sad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We love to see it. I will pass the turn.
I have something to do on your end step.
Okay.
I'm going to tap 1 to Path to Exile my own Sand Warrior token.
Nice.
So I can search for a basic land card. I'll just grab the first one I see. I'll just grab another forest.
Right there.
And so now I'll untap. I'll draw. I think you should have saved that Detention Sphere. Does anyone happen to have any flyers?
I have none flyers.
No.
You guys might get... Alright, if you had flyers, you might get a little mad. I'm going to tap for 8s.
Sandworm.
And play Sandworm Convergence.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So, creatures with flying can't attack me, and at the beginning of my end step, I create a 5/5 worm.
Okay. Cool.
So, I'm going to just pass the turn, and I'm going to get a 5/5 worm.
Perfect. That's perfectly fine. What could go wrong? Someone making so many terrifying. I'll play an island for turn. I don't want to do this. How do I, for real, I don't want to do this. Sure. I will tap 4 for a lithoform engine. Let's see here.
Utility.board state over there.
I don't have enough to do what I wanted to do. That's too bad, actually. I'll draw a card and discard a card. Are you serious? I'll just discard Promising Vein. Let's see here. I will tap a blue and a red. Tap Saheeli and create a copy of Ichor Wellspring to draw a card. Oh, that's crazy. Fuck. That's not good. Oh shit. Unfortunate. Alright, I'll tap Auto Oblivion to draw a card. Fudge, man. These cards would have been great like 5 seconds ago. Shoot, okay. No worries. Tap. I'll create another goat. Might as well lose another life. Gotta build up my defenses. Gotta keep my goats strong. Then, because this deck does nothing, I will pass the turn. The copy of Ichor Wellspring will be sacrificed, and I'll draw another card. Damn, I wish I had that 5 seconds ago. Anyways, all right, go ahead, pass.
Your deck doesn't do nothing. It makes goats.
And draws cards with Ichor Wellspring.
Is there a cause more noble than making goats?
I mean, true. That is very, very good. Fair point there.
I will play a Temple of Malice. I will scry.
What could you want besides more goats?
Put this on the bottom. Then I'm going to pay 5 for my commander, Sylvar, Devourer of the Free. Sylvar has Menace, and it says I can sacrifice a human, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and give it indestructible until the end of the turn. I have this humble defector here.
That you do.
Who is not named Brad? Well, I guess John, you're just, how many cards do you have in your hand over there, John?
I have 5 cards in my hand.
That's a lot of cards in your hand.
That's, I
have 7.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not picking you anyway. You accept 2 of my permanents. That's mean. I
have 4.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, but I feel like Red, your board state's really good, and I feel like John's board state is like close to being really good, but isn't actively really good right now. And so I feel like that is my reasoning. I would like to tap Humble Defector. I will draw 2 cards, and I will pass it over to John. So John, you have a Humble Defector that is tapped on your board. Yeah. Then I will pass the turn.
All right.
Look at what this.
I'll untap. I'll draw.
Just tap it, draw 2 cards. You can only do it on your turn, and you have to pass it to somebody else.
Play Exotic Orchard. Green, white, blue. We love it. All right. Here comes
Spider-Man?
Close. Akroma's Memorial. That's
I would prefer Spider-Man.
So creatures that control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and from red.
So now they can't attack, right?
They can't attack me. They can attack
Oh.
you two.
Yeah.
They only
Damn,
can't attack me.
That's really unfortunate.
So I would like to go to combat.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Steph, I'm going to attack you.
Surprising exactly no one.
Calyx is 3, Tuvasa is 5, Spellseeker is 1.
So 3, 5,
9
1 is
total.
9, and 5 that's commander damage.
Yes.
All right, I will go to 33.
When Calyx deals combat damage to a player, I can create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary enchantment I control. I would like to create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary Oblivion Ring.
Oh. Which one of my things do you want now, Brad?
When this Oblivion Ring enters the battlefield, I would like to exile Sandworm Convergence.
That's
That's okay.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not mad at that. That's pretty nice.
And then Calyx's trigger will put a counter on himself.
so that was a means to an end.
Yes.
I see.
And then I have no further game actions. I will pass the turn.
All right. Well, I'll untap everything. I'll draw. I will tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna play Enlisted Worm.
Okay.
It is a 5/5 with Cascade.
Okay.
So we're gonna pray. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, you can't. Can you do? I forget. You can't do X with Cascade, right?
I mean, you can cast it, but X would be 0.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just check my graveyard. I already have a sorcery in there. Did they change the Cascade rules, or am I just misremembering?
You may cast it.
I'm just not gonna cast it because just create a. I don't have the mana to buy it back. Damn, I'll just put it in the graveyard then.
It goes to the bottom of your library.
Oh,
You
Or
can
you can
cast
cast
it
it for
and
0
then
and
put
then
it.
put it in your graveyard. Yeah.
no, I'll move to the bottom of my library.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna play Gruul Turf, bouncing Survivor's Encampment back to my hand,
Okay.
and I am going to
Nice little
pass
engine.
the turn.
Okay. Fasten the T. Cool. Perfect. All right. Let's see what I can do. I'll drop for 2. Perfect. I'll play land. I will tap the Soul Ring and the Hedron Archive for 4. Play Thran Dynamo. Tap that for 3 and 1 for an Unwinding Clock.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got some stuff, but it's let's see. I guess I could tap 2. Is there a point? I'm not gonna tap 2. I'm gonna tap this to draw this card. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, that's nice. I'll put Strionic Resonator in the yard. Discard. Wait, that's dumb. Okay, cool. I will tap 1, tap this, lose a life to create yet another goat, because goats are cool. And then that means I create a token. I'll tap this to draw. Okay, now we're getting some 2 for Psy Master Thopterist. We're going places. And then after all that,
You would like to grab Humble Defector and pass it over to me? Perhaps?
No, I think I'm gonna use it as a blocker. I'll pass the
That's
turn.
very nice.
I'll
Not in the spirit of Humble Defector.
I'll pass the turn.
Okay, well, at the end of your turn, I'm going to sacrifice this human and this human to the Angry Kitty. 2 humans died, so I will make 2 more zombies.
Okay.
Also, 2 things died, so everybody kindly lose 2 and I will gain 2. Then I will sacrifice Zathrid Necromancer to the Angry Kitty, thus making a zombie and drawing a card from the Grim Haruspex because it's a non-token creature. Everybody kindly lose 1 and I will gain 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is making me nervous.
And then I will
Right.
sacrifice. You know what? I am going to sacrifice Grim Haruspex as well to the Angry Kitty. Everybody kindly lose 1 life and I will gain 1.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Players
yeah.
that sacrifice their board before their turn don't usually have.
Right.
I mean, it just means that my 1/1s are now 2/2s, and I have a 8/6 menacing kitty. That's what that means.
Okay, I
I'll draw.
will untap my artifacts.
That commander's kind of scary.
Kitty, yep.
Yeah, kitty's terrifying, but it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
I would like to pay a very vengeful 5 mana.
Oh.
All right.
For well, hold on. No, you know what? We're gonna do a thing first. We're gonna attack.
Okay.
Attacking is fine. How many goats do you have over there, John?
I have 4 goats.
Okay, I would like to send 5 zombies at you. You said you want to block. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to block.
So they're what? How big are they?
2/2s.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will put 4 goats and then Psy in front of one of them. So I will.
That's
lose
just
my goat.
1/4, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so my zombies stick around.
Hi, goats.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, goats.
No more goats. Oh.
All right, and then I'm gonna pay 5 for Chandra's Ignition, which is gonna deal 8 damage to each creature and each opponent.
Oh.
Targeting silver.
All right.
So that's just a board wipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me think. Okay, I'm gonna in response, unless anyone else has a response, everyone's all tapped
I have
out.
none response.
Okay, I'll tap Matsalanchi to draw 1, discard 1. I'll discard Forgotten Monument.
Do you have anything to save us?
No, not yet. I could try to dig, but it's not gonna be good for me to do that. So, yeah, I don't have anything, so everything will die on mine.
So it's how much then?
It is 8 damage to each creature and each player.
It's a lot.
I will have 5 creatures die, so everybody also take an additional 5, and I will gain an additional 5.
Yeah, so that's 13.
Okay. All right. That's a
Your Humble
problem.
Defector is gone.
Yes.
Get it out of here.
Has been
Yes.
It's
humbled.
in my graveyard now,
Very-
where it belongs. I will play a land for turn because I didn't do that yet, and then I will pass the turn. Brad, your creatures are alive?
They have protection from black and from red.
Oh,
Ha!
did not remember that part.
Draw.
Yeah,
Well,
it's unfortunate. Oh yeah, all my stuff in tabs.
I will
Not really making
pay
much good, though.
5 mana for a Sigil of the Empty Throne, which says when I cast an enchantment spell, I can make a 4/4 angel with flying.
so your entire board has just protection from my deck right now.
Currently,
So-
yeah.
So I think I need to kill you with things like Bastion.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
That part is a little scary.
you need to sacrifice things to trigger it.
I sure do.
So that's my first
for-
enchantment spell, so I will draw. My god. And when it enters, Calyx will trigger. I'll put the counter on Tuvasa. And then I will play a land. I will play this Simic Growth Chamber, return this island. Growth Chamber over there. 7. Okay. Yeah, and then I think it's time to go to combat. So Steph, I have 4. Tuvasa is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a 1/1 Spellseeker.
So 13 damage, and how much of that's Tsubasa?
8.
Yeah, I need to recalculate because I totally I was expecting an empty board. Whew, all right.
When Calyx deals combat damage to a player, I would like to make a token that's a copy of Sigil of the Empty. That Calyx trigger, I'll put another counter on Tuvasa.
So whenever you play an enchantment, you get 2 angels.
Yes. And then I will pass the turn.
All right, at your inst up, I'll tap this to draw and discard. Just discard an island.
Well, I'll untap everything. I'll draw. I'm a little mad that you wiped my whole board, so first things first, I'm gonna tap for 5 to bring Hazazon back.
Nice.
Hi, Hazazon.
Then I'm gonna play Survivor's Encampment to get 2 more Sand Warriors again. And then I'm going to tap 3 to play Desert's Hold, targeting Sylvar. I control a desert, so I gain 3 life as well.
Okay, sounds great.
Can't attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated.
Sounds great.
Cool.
And now I am going to pass the turn.
All right, I'll just do this at your inst up. Draw, discard. I'll just discard this. I'll tap this for 2. I'll tap the mountain, island. We'll just get out Saheeli again. Let's see. Did I play land for turn? I think so. I'll play an island as my land for turn. Let's see. I will do 3 for this. I'll sack the Hidden Cataract to discover 4. I'll have 1 floating still. Oh! Master Transmuter. So I can pay blue, tap it, return an artifact I control to its owner's hand, and then I can put another artifact from my hand onto the battlefield. Let's see here. Got 3 mana here. I will tap 2 for treasure map. I'll tap this to draw and discard. Really. I'll go ahead and discard Seed of the Synod. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll pass the turn. Nothing too crazy going on.
I will draw. I will play Mountain. I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Ingrath's Marauders. And I will pass.
Let's untap and draw. I will pay a green to cast Wild Growth, enchanting this plains. So when the enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional green. I cast my first enchantment spell, so I will draw a card. I cast an enchantment spell, so I will get 2 4/4 angels with flying.
Okay.
And then I will play a land for turn. No, this is fine. Okay, I would like to go to combat. Tuvasa is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will, let's see. Let's have Tuvasa attack red. Calyx will attack you, Steph. Actually, well, yeah, it's fine. So will Angel and Spellseeker, and this Angel will attack John.
How much is going towards me?
11.
Commander damage. And then how much is coming at me, Brad?
For you, Steph, it's 4, 8, 9.
All right, and then the angels are just 4/4s.
Yep.
Oh, tap this for 2. Put 1 into treasure map to scry. Okay, then I will. So that'll get a counter up. Then I will tap this to draw and discard. Discard Pit of Offering. Then I will. Yeah, I'll just take the 4 in the air. That's fine. I don't care.
So when Calyx deals combat damage to a player, I will make a 3rd copy of Sigil of the Empty Throne.
Oh my god.
We'll put another counter on Calyx. And that is all I will be doing. I will pass.
Alright, well, I better pray I draw into a board wipe. I'll untap everything.
Yeah.
I'll draw. Oh,
You do.
that's not a board wipe.
Never.
But it is 11 mana.
Well,
So I
that's a
will
lot.
play Hashep Oasis. I'll create 2 more Sand Warrior tokens. And I just need to survive until my next turn. Because I will tap for 11. And just double count 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I will play World Spine Worm.
Nice.
You know, just a little guy. Just a 15/15 worm.
Okay.
And there's not much else I can do, so I'm gonna pass.
Alright, at your end step, I will tap, do this to scry, top, sure, and then I'll tap this to draw and discard. I'll discard the signet.
I just pray you draw into an answer for Brad.
Yeah, I can do. But yeah, anyways, alright, I'll attack. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I can.
Equally dead to Brad's board as he is to your board.
I'll draw. That's not what. See, play command tower. All right, I will do this floating mana. I will scry. That's kind of would be nice. So then it has 3. Transform it and create 3 treasure tokens. So I'll just have 3 treasures. Tap this. I'll draw this card. Whirler Rogue. Pay this and this. For Thirst for Knowledge, I'll draw 3. Cool. That'd be also cool. I have to discard 2 unless I discard. Fuck. I will discard Exotic Orchard and Akal Pakal. First among equals. So I have 1 floating from the Dynamo, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Scavenged Brawler. Got Flying, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, and I can exile it and put 4 +1/+1 counters, Flying, Vigilance, Trample, whatever. So I will pay 2, tap Saheeli to make a copy of Scavenged Brawler. And I will do this to draw a card. Okay, that's interesting. If only we had that like 5 seconds ago. Let's see. Sure, I'll sack all these for an Oblivion Stone.
Oh.
Yeah, we got there.
That's
So let's see. I want some life. Who can spare some life? I'm gonna send 2 flyers at you, Steph. They're 4/4s, so it's 8 in the air. They've got trample, vigilance, lifelink.
Does the non-token one have haste?
It does, because it gets sacrificed.
No, I mean like the original one that you played.
Yeah, oh no, it doesn't. So just 4. My bad. Could I have given it haste? No. All right, I'll just gain 4. Okay, I misread it. What else can I do? Alright, I will just pass the turn there.
I will draw.
I'll untap.
Play a swamp. I'd like to go to combat. I would like to attack you, John, with a 4/4 that deals double damage.
Alright, in response, tap 2 and a red. I'm a Chaos Warp thing coming at me. Wait! It's fine. I got Oblivion Stone. I can blow it.
I was gonna say you're gonna chaos.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's chaos warped.
Cool. Cause I could do this at instant speed because I have enough mana, so it's fine.
Chaos Warp is real funny. Except whenever you play it on your opponents, it always hits their best card.
Right. No, I don't have anything in hand.
It's also it's also how Atali works.
Dutiful Attendant. When it dies, I return another creature from my graveyard to my hand. I did attack this turn, so I will play a Bloodsoaked Champion from my graveyard. And then I will pay 3 for a Doomed Necromancer. And I will pass the turn.
At your end step, I'm gonna put 4 mana, tap Oblivion Stone. I'm gonna put a Fate counter, Matsalati, the Great Door. Alright, you're untapping. I'll untap as well.
We
Thank God.
will draw.
Oh, I could have gotten rid of that
Oh, wait a second.
Okay, let's play Plains. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to cast Paradox Zone. Paradox Zone is an enchantment. It enters the battlefield with a growth counter. And then at my end step, I double the number of growth counters, then make a 0/0 fractal and put a 1/1 counter on it for each growth counter that's on Paradox Zone. That is my first enchantment, so I will draw a card. Additionally, I will make 3 angels, so I have a total of 5 of them. Paradox Zone enters with the thing. Talix is going to put a 1/1 counter on one of the angels, so I'll have 4 normal old angels, and one of them is a 5/5. All right. Then I think I want to force this issue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's fine.
So
You have all of us dead with your board right now.
Yeah,
John can have the angels.
sure.
Red can have Tuvasa. Nope, that doesn't make sense. 5.
Why doesn't it make sense? They've got 11 commander damage already.
Yeah, but I think I have lethal on you too, and you have more life.
Mm,
5.
I thought you had more angels than you did.
6.
How long is the game been going? Ugh, we haven't hit an hour yet. I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
We'll send Tuvasa at John, and then the rest at Steph. So
Alright. Anybody else?
Sorry. Red, John,
I'm
and
tapped out. I don't have a board wipe.
Okay. Alright, so I will tap 5, tap this, and sack it. Destroy each non-land permanent without a fate counter.
Alright, well, there's a couple things that are going to trigger for me.
Alright. Does anyone have any responses to this or anything? Is this gonna...
I do not.
No, I have nothing.
I have some creatures and permanents that I get back though.
Azazon goes back. Arcane Signet goes.
And
Desert
your
Symbols.
Converted's back.
When Worldspine Worm dies, I get to create 3 5/5 worm tokens
Mhm.
with trample.
Yes. And you have Sandworm Convergence on your field as well.
Yeah, I get that. I get that back, and
Um,
Worldspine Worm gets shuffled into my library.
Yeah, so I have a couple triggers too. I have, before that resolves, I get, well, I already said, never mind. I'll just get the draw. That's fine.
When Dutiful Attendant dies, I can return a creature from my graveyard back to my hand. I will return Zasprid Necromancer. Actually, no, I'm gonna return. Yeah, I'm gonna return Zasprid. Grim Harrispex.
And boop, no more fate counter. But I do get the draw. Crazy. Maybe I should put it on.
All right, and then in my second main phase, I will pay 6, and I would like to cast Austere Command, choosing destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less, and destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater.
Yeah, so there goes my worms.
Yeah, in response, I'll tap this to draw and discard. I'll discard this to pull the 50.
But I'm done after that.
Alright. I'll untap everything. I'll draw. I'll just continue the trend of big worm here. I'll tap 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to read this correct. 5, 6, 7, 8. I will tap for 8 and play Symbiotic Worm. Just another big worm. And then I wanna keep the game going a bit more, so I'll just pass the turn. I'll get another worm.
Alright, I'll untap. Oh, I board wiped without a win gone. Alright, so I'll play
That's fine. That's how the game goes.
this.
Is it
Sometimes
really
you gotta board
casual
wipe to catch
Commander,
Tap
if you're not board wiping?
2 for Prophetic Prism. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cast my commander again. Let's see. Line 6 now. Okay, Seely's back out and pass.
Untap, and I will draw. We'll play a mountain. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to cast Sylvar. And then I will pay 3 to cast the Grim Haruspex, and then I will pass the turn.
Oh, and tap raw. All right, it's time to dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, that makes
2,
sense.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus white and blue.
Oh no, I never saw that coming.
How would you have known?
How would I have known?
So X is going to be 7. So I would like to get from my graveyard to the battlefield Calyx, Oblivion Ring, Detention Sphere, Chromus Memorial, Sigil of the Empty Throne, and Paradox Zone.
As one does. You get artifacts too?
Yep. All of which are
Are
4/4s.
Do you not have haste? Oh no, do have haste
They do
because
have haste
the Chromus
because
Memorial
of the
says so.
Chromus Memorial.
You just went here?
I don't know.
You're very close to winning here. You're not quite winning, but you're very close to winning.
So, first things first.
You can't attack red with those.
For each enchantment that entered, I have a Calyx trigger, so I'm just going to put a +1/+1 counter on each of the enchantments.
But also, you've got 2 ETBs with the Oblivion Ring.
When Oblivion Ring enters, I would like to exile Sandworm Convergence, and then I would like to exile the Great Door thing you got over there, John.
In response, I will tap it to draw, and I will discard Lightning Reaves, and then it is exiled.
Okay, and then I would like to go to combat. And unfortunately, I only have the means to kill 2 of you. And I think, yeah, I can either kill John in red or I can kill Steph.
Your deck has protection from my deck.
Yeah,
I think you're okay leaving.
I think so too. So I'm gonna send these 3 to red and these 3 to John.
So there's 5/5. Those are just 5/5s.
5/5s, flying, vigilance, first strike, trample, haste, protection from red and black.
Oh, okay, so that just that's 17, right?
Yep, I am
Yeah.
also dead. I had a runaway boulder.
On my
next
second main, I will play this temple.
I had Boros Charm in my
I know
hand.
he
I could
can't
have
attack
swung.
right now. Paradox Zone will go to 2 growth counters, and I'll get a 2/2 fractal.
Oh, well.
I assume that means it's my turn? Well, isn't that interesting? Wow.
When Calyx did damage to someone, I get a
I'm
thing.
gonna play a land.
I'm gonna get a second.
I'm gonna pay 3 for a Whisper Silvercloak. Paying 2 to equip it to silver. I would like to attack you, Brad, with this 4/2 that cannot be blocked and has Shroud.
Yeah.
On attacks, I would like to pay 2 to return Bloodsoaked Champion to the battlefield.
Okay.
And then I would like to sacrifice it to Sylvar, putting a +1/+1 counter. I will draw a card. I will then pay 2 again to put Bloodsoaked Champion back on the battlefield.
I love it.
And I would like to sacrifice it. I've not done this before, but I
That's
realize
really
it's not
fun,
at
yeah.
sorcery speed, so I'm going to draw a card.
All right.
And
What do we
I
get?
will do that one more time. I'm going to return it and sacrifice it. Doesn't quite get me there.
Interesting.
Yeah, but anyway, Brad, you have a 7/3 hitting you that you cannot block.
Take 7.
I will go to my second main phase, where I will sacrifice the Grim Haruspex to the Ashnod's altar for 2 mana, 2 more for a Disciple of Bolus. When it enters the battlefield, I sacrifice another creature. I gain X life and draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. I'm going to sacrifice Sylvar.
Okay.
Draw 7 cards, gain 7 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and none of those things save me. I tried.
Yeah.
I think you have
Alright.
more than 23 damage on your board, yeah?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, you got it.
Good
Alright.
GG.
game. Good game.
Yeah.
All right.
We danced!
Yeah. No. You. Oh, that was fun. All right. Well,
I got to show off my big worm.
you did. You got to play quite a few big worms, actually. It's
I was hoping to be able to search my library at one point because I have Panclatial Worm in here, and that would be pretty funny.
Very nice.
Well, that is gonna be it for tonight. So we're gonna sign off. Let's start with Red Fade.
Yep. Don't know what to say exactly.
Well, just show your shit. Just go ahead.
Yeah, let me just grab my link tree and post it in both chats.
That is the way.
Just give me a second to do that. I'll let everyone else go first. I'll go last.
Sure. I'll go for Brad Knight then. Hi,
it
everybody. I'm
around.
Steel City Steph. Well, Steph, and I go by the moniker Steel City Steph most places on the internet. Brad and I do magic things on the internet together a lot, so we're usually visiting guests on other people's streams. We're not content creators in our own right, but we do a lot of this. So, yeah, anyway, our links are still in chat, so feel free to check those out. That's where you can find us. We're on most social medias, and we have a shared Moxfield account. So if you're interested in any of the deck lists that we played tonight, feel free to check those out. Those are all there. As far as the next things that we've got coming up, we've got, I think our next event on the schedule isn't for another 2.5 months. So, but we will be theoretically going to Command Fest Tacoma. So if any of y'all are going to be there, feel free to reach out, say hello, or yeah, find us and play some games. So I think that's all. Brad, you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think it was
All right,
pretty good.
cool. Well, thanks for having us, John.
Of course, it's always fun. It's always good to see some interesting decks. You know, it didn't top the mono blue permanence deck, but it was still pretty interesting. All right, Red, you got that set up yet?
Yeah. So on my YouTube channel, I mostly just open packs and stuff, but I am planning some fun stuff over on Twitch for streaming if I can get enough guests. I have my own cube. I have some silly little formats and spins on Commander I want to do, and I'll just drop my link tree in Twitch chat. I can't find the YouTube link.
That's cool. All right, awesome. That is going to be it for us. And as always, I'm John from Chaotic Commander. You can find me Chaotic Commander on YouTube, Twitch, or on Twitter. And today we are going to, you know, we always show Kuros, and let's show Virtue MTG some love. So
Yeah.
we are going to get a raid going for that, and have a good rest of your week. And thank you guys for playing with me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
thanks
was
for
a
having
lot
us,
of fun.
John.
You
Yeah,
guys
thanks
have
for
a
having
great
us.
night.
Yep. All right, let's go show Virtue MTG some love.